Director James Comey testified yesterday before the Senate about the two immigrant doctors in Michigan who performed female genital mutilation on little girls as young as 6 years old there. Comey said it's been a felony crime since 1996, and he called it, quote, a terrifying thing. However, a former UN consultant is whitewashing female genital mutilation, calling it instead gender-egalitarian surgeries. Watch this.
We do practice genital cutting here in the U.S. on boys, then it should not be impossible to understand that there are cultures, there are societies that practice what certain people are now calling gender.
I just don't want it in my culture, in my society. I guess that's kind of what it comes down to.
So it's okay to cut boys in your
I'm not
society?
saying, look, I'm just saying I don't want this because I think it's awful.
Well, we don't, in our culture, we don't discriminate. We have gender egalitarian surgeries. We do not discriminate.
All right, this is completely off the wall and wrong. The people reacting on social media saying that that person, that UN consultant, she should never be allowed to work again, ever, in a taxpayer-funded job. They're really angry about this, and that the court should throw the book at the two doctors. They should go to jail. Let's bring in Muslim-American physician and medical ethicist Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. So what about this gender egalitarian cutting? What did you make of that weird, off-the-wall argument?
Well, Liz, you know, this is not even about political correctness anymore. This is just pure evil and immoral. And this is the way, you know, this is even beyond simply the female genital mutilation, which is horrific in and of itself. But these girls are then dominated in a patriarchal society that tell them they don't have bodily autonomy. Along with this crime against humanity comes the crimes of abuse of women, of marital rape. Women like this that identify with the female genital cutting, as she called it, rather than a mutilation, which is what it is, then allow for a greater cultural misogyny that allows marital rape to exist in India and Pakistan and Afghanistan. And they become Orwellian accomplices in sort of dehumanizing women and becoming accomplices of a very evil patriarchal society. And if you look at her work, she studied, by the way, beyond brainwash, she's a fascist tool of the theocratic establishment of our Muslim community. And she does this under the rubric of studying at University of Chicago, of London. She's no different than the ideologues, the fascists of the Khomeinis of Iran, the Wahhabis of Saudi Arabia that try to equate Western freedom with what they do to protect their women, where you have people like Linda Sarsour that say that, oh, the rights of pregnant women to have maternity leave for 12 weeks in Saudi Arabia is somehow the same, maybe even better than America. This type of deception is the fact that they are tools of fascist systems that need reform. And we need to call it out for what it is. It's pure and simple evil, fascism, and misogyny.
Yeah, it is evil. And, you know, the New York Times finally saying, including the term female genital mutilation in an online feature. They basically now are blasting the practice, even after its health editor said last week that the paper would not use this female genital mutilation term, saying we don't want to hurt people's feelings, it'll create a cultural chasm. Have we lost our minds? People like this should be shut down and never be allowed to speak again about any issue like that.
And Liz, they should be used as teaching moments, as examples of what happens when we lose our moral compass as a society, where we need the protection of every girl, every woman serves to protect the greater society's values of equality, of real equality, because once we lose the verbiage where this becomes gender equality and other things, our kids will grow up in a society where all of a sudden they think that's right. And that's what's happening in Saudi Arabia. That's what happens in Pakistan, etc. We need to start calling this out like you're doing.
Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, come back soon. We love having you on the show. Fox
Anytime.
Business will be all